Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth and final round of Tuesday Night Modern, featuring the Tuesday Night Modern League, featuring Mark Larson. He's in the league. Been a while since we've seen Mark Larson, hasn't it?
I don't care.
You don't care? Why not? Is Adam Olt abstaining from commentating this last round?
I'll sit here.
You'll sit here? So we got Bogles on the left with Curtis Ryan. Made a brief cameo appearance earlier in the evening against Andy Falk's Heart on the Scales Infinity deck. And Mark Larson running back the Amulet Titan deck. Isn't this another Ancient Stirrings deck?
It is.
It is?
So, Jay Freezy, yeah, Mono White Texas is... It's okay. It's just... It's going to be relegated to Fringe unless some Stoneforge Mystic gets unbanned or they reprint Wasteland and Rashad Import in Modern.
I'll be very happy with Wasteland in Modern. Do you want to note, speaking of Mono White Taxes, Phil Jones lost last round. He's actually paired against David Weisenberg.
See, I was thinking about putting on camera, but I'm trying not to repeat.
Yes.
Robert could also be on camera. Belfie could also be on camera.
Yeah. Robert Meadows is 2-1 tonight with the Team Escape shift. So
yes, he actually beat Burn.
How about that?
Yeah.
Both Matthew Minnie and Patrick Aguilar 1-2. Justin Blackburn, fresh off his bye, is 1-2. Paired up against Chuck Brennanfurter, who is 2-1. Zach Harris 2-1 tonight. Andy Falk 2-1 tonight as well. Paul Kerbel is 2-1. He's actually playing Robert Meadows. Not sure what Paul's
because I thought about putting Paul on also, but Robert's already been on camera.
Yes. That's a bit tough sometimes. Like, is there any particular player or any particular deck you want to see? We'll try to put that on camera. We had the request for Bogles, and we want to put Mark Larson back on camera, too.
If you want Jake to be on camera, we can just put the camera back here, and Jake can rant more. All right, well, it looks like Curtis has a keeper. We see Spirit Guide and Enchantments and 2 Bogles.
That seems pretty
it's
solid.
A little slow.
Do you think Curtis knows what Mark is playing?
0 chance. They'll have no idea what either are playing.
Mark gets patent snarl as Curtis plays.
Yeah, Mark's gonna be in trouble. He doesn't have a turn one relevant play. I'm guessing an Amulet's on top.
Agreed. I do like Curtis tapping before he fetches his land.
He also has to tap a Lotus, so coincidentally, I was tapping down Lotuses in Vintage Cube with Frost Titan. And they can't sack it.
Everybody, boys and girls, read the cards.
They opened up Black Lotus, then Crimey River. I actually like this from Curtis. He's going with no attack. Okay.
Mark's saying you're attacking.
Yeah. Okay, so ding, 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 pay the man. Amulet.
Oh, all right, that's a start.
So unless he has a scout here,
should explore.
So he's playing an older version of the deck.
I think he drew another explore.
I see an Azusa and I see a Pact in lands, but literally 43 lands and like 2 relevant cards. All right, so we'll see if
Mark gets to turn 3 this. So you mentioned that you like Curtis diversifying his threats. Is he doing it yet again? Why is that?
I'm sorry, why?
You mentioned that you liked Curtis playing the Spirit Dancer. Why was that?
He only had 1 enchantment in hand, and he still has 1 enchantment in hand.
Two lands.
Because he drew 2 lands.
Not what the doctor ordered there at all. Mark's going to draw a land, but he wants to do that. Here's an Azusa. Lost but Seeking, the Masters 25 version. I like that version a lot. I like those watermarks from the original set down there. Land number 1 is going to be a Simic Growth Chamber. He's to return it to his hand. Land number 2 looks familiar. Land number 3, also Simic Growth Chamber. He's going to bounce the temple back, though. 6 mana, he's going to cast a Primeval Titan. And if anyone's not seen this deck in action before, this is what it wants to do. Used to do it in turn 2 or Summer Bloom. Now it's doing it a little bit later, but still just as powerful. So Mark, off the 1 land, cast a Primeval Titan. He's going to get some more lands. It's going to be the Borrow Stronghold and the Garrison. They're going to untap. He's going to give it +1/+1 as haste, I believe it was. Regardless, he's attack for 8. He gets to search for even more lands that will come into play and have some untapped triggers and probably some bounce triggers. I know Mark's favorite line here was to find Growth Chamber Teleria West. He has 1 Teleria West in hand. There's his latest +2/+0. Yep, there it is. Growth Chamber in Teleria West.
Has he played a land? Has he played a land yet?
He has played all his lands for turn.
Okay. There's another Explorer, but there's no way to make 3 mana, so he can't transmute for Pact.
Correct. Even then, I mean, he already attacked, so I'm not sure how good transmitting would be here.
For Pact negation?
Oh, Pact negation. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That one makes more sense.
Because Curtis still could mount a resistance. Oh, Spirit Mantle's a start. Protection from creatures.
Can you pass Primetime turn 2 in this deck? I don't think you can you? You used to be able to with Summer Bloom. I don't know if you can or not.
Why did he put it on Spirit? Why? I don't understand this.
This is why he's diversifying the enchantments. Rancor and it's like another one to draw for there.
So, yeah, this is problematic. So you got a Hyena Umbra, I believe. Does that get first strike or just Vigilance?
Let's pull it up and double check it. He's
I
gonna
don't
have
understand
5
why he's doing this. Mark can also just get transmute for...
There's Spirit Mantle. +1/+1 protection from creatures. There's the Hyena Umbra you want to take a look at too?
Yeah.
Also, yeah, you do need 2 amulets to do a turn 2.
You can also just go get Engineered Explosives.
There is Hyena Umbra.
First strike.
Yes, +1/+1 and first strike. But as you mentioned, Mark has the ability to Teleria West transmute 4 Engineered Explosives. Is he running the Engineered Explosives? Maybe?
I believe they run 1 Engineered Explosive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it wouldn't be enough damage anyways. He's going to have to make a very, very, very big creature. Yeah, I just like loading up the creature with Hexproof and then hoping Mark doesn't have Engineered Explosives.
Mm-hmm.
And then blocking the Primal Titan. Mark can also just get a second Primal Titan.
Correct.
Like this is... So this game's actually just over. Yeah, so the game's over. Mark can just get a second Titan, give it haste, and Curtis is dead a million ways this Sunday.
Probably still worth like $3, right? Yeah, probably. Even heavy damage like that. I mean, it looks like it's in decent condition. Yeah, it's a pretty solid.
Because he's going to find out, unfortunately, how protection works.
Can you explain that to our viewers?
So protection will only stop the damage, so it won't be dealt damage. But if you attack into a creature with protection from a color, and you have trample, you just only have to assign what would actually be lethal. So if I attack into a 2/2 pro green creature with my 6/6 Primeval Titan, I only have to assign 2 damage to the pro green creature, and then I trample over for 4. So while 1 is big enough to deal with it, the second creature is definitely not big enough to deal with the Primal Titan.
No, it is not.
Okay, I don't think Curtis knows what he's playing against. I don't think he knows the deck. But yeah, so he's just dead. Curtis just doesn't know it yet. It doesn't matter. He's saying we'll mark for the people at home, but we know we're dead. The only person who doesn't know you're dead, unfortunately, is One Explorer does the job.
I think marked you a walking ballista for this.
Turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 is Souza and his second Amulet.
He did draw a walking ballista. Some of that was from Moot. Lethal on top of the deck for Mark Larson. So Mark Larson,
that didn't even matter. Mark could have just he had 3 land drops, so you could have just played bounce land, make 2 mana, bounce it, play bounce land, make 2 mana, bounce it, transmute Teleria West, get a second Primal Titan.
Yeah, he had it 3 ways to China. Curtis mentioning that he doesn't really play much outside of the LGS he attends to, and that alludes to something I mentioned earlier. You want to, you know, meta and prepare for where you play, and if a player like Curtis is just playing at his local game store, he's going to build decks for the decks he sees at his local game store. Case in point, there's only, what, 2 people who have played Amulet Titan here? Maybe Mark Larson and...
I don't think I could do it anymore.
What's it called? Mark
Billy.
Larson and, yeah, Billy. So if, you know, he's not seeing those people around and he's not paying attention to what's going on outside, he's not going to expect...
This has been fringe for a while now.
Yes. Starting to show up a little bit more in numbers because people fine-tune the deck and want to replay with the deck again. Remember the glory days of Billy Camino smalling to 5, scrying on top, and passing his first turn and still winning.
So, Poe, do you actually do a full 20, though? With that, so turn 1 Amulet, turn 2, bounce end, untap, make mana, bounce it again, play Azusa, no floating, 2 land drops. Oh, I guess, no, before you play okay, you play Amulet, the second Amulet, you play your first land drop, untap, tap, bounce it, so that's 4 mana. Play Azusa, 1 floating, 1 to 5 to 9. You can transmute to get Primeval Titan. Primeval Titan comes into play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He would have to have like another. He would have to have something else in his hand. I don't know enough about the deck, but I'm still don't see how they can actually do a full 20 on turn 2.
Adam, let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Are you a beer fan?
That's Fire Iron that I see.
I was to say, are you looking forward to the release of the Fire Iron?
Fire Iron's delicious.
It is. I've never had it.
It's very good.
Stephanie offered to take me. I'm like, why not just stay at home, grow out, and play some video games? Maybe Adam Old could come over. He went from shaking his head to disgust to fist pumping.
Yeah, fist pumping. Fire Iron's really good. So there's a local brew around here. It's called Urban Artifact. It's on the north side of Cincinnati. And they do sours because IPAs are icky and for adults. And
I enjoy drinking alcoholic fruit.
Yeah, it's great. You can go get a... So they do a parfaits. So they do actual yogurt parfaits, and then they also do parfaits on tap. So basically, they just take fresh fruit and they just mash it and they put it actually into the beer. So you get like a really thick beer, but you can only get it on tap there. It's so good.
And the beer is already thick, pretty damn thick as it is already too. Have you had Operation Plowshare before?
Yeah, I've had basically all the Urban Artifact beers.
Plowshare is far and away my favorite.
Yeah,
like, not even close. I had that on Black Friday winning at Cappy's to buy some beer. I picked up some Goose, Bourbon County, some Jackie O's, and I listed them in that day.
Yeah. Yeah, I still don't... Someone would have to make me a very complicated flowchart to see how Amulet Titan can actually 20 on turn 2. Because even haste double striking Primeval Titan is not 20. You'd have to have 2 Titans with haste.
Correct.
Mark announcing that he loved kids like him.
Yeah, I have 5 booster packs. I'll give you 5 booster packs for that, and then you open them up, and any good cards you get, I'll give you 2 more booster packs for that. Oh my God.
I guess 4 Explorers and a W Amulet you can. Yeah, but you're not netting mana with the Explorers unless you have 2 Amulets out. Urban Artifact has my heart.
What if you, is that the Marklar, or? So who is that then? Is that Stephen Caminos?
I wish. Yeah, Slayer's +2/+0. Boros Garrison still doesn't get it. Boros Garrison's not +2/+0.
These players saying that standard is trash, and they are both very incorrect. So, I just want to point that out. Is this the evil half of Stephen Caminos or the even half of Marklar?
I wish it was the evil half of Stephen Caminos.
Who was the evil half of Stephen Caminos? Billy?
This is Doge.
The only person I can think is the evil half of Mark Larson is Sean Kanzelmar.
Oh yeah, why Sean?
I don't know. Sean's just the evil half of everybody, I feel like.
Is he?
I say that with love. Man, now I want some beer. I might have some sours in the fridge. We went down to Lake Cumberland before 4th of July to
Yeah.
visit Stephanie's grandparents, and we stopped at the brewery down there, and on the way back stopped at a bottle shop in Lexington, picked up some stuff.
Yeah, we've got his phone over here. We're watching ourselves play.
Maybe it is Mark Larson just watching on his phone.
Real confidence in that.
I think that is Mark Larson just sneaking in a...
Jake's really dumb.
That's Mark Larson, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't care anymore.
Not a smart man. You've been uninvited from a grilling night with Urban Artifact and IPAs and Mario Kart.
It's more impressive that he's typing on his phone while playing Magic.
It's you, isn't it? Who the hell is...
God, you're so dumb.
I don't know who this is. Mark playing the Kalani Garden. Very upset that's not the same plan token.
Alright, so let's see if Curtis can put up a resistance this turn. Or this game.
There's that Liquor Scout again. He's got the starting point. Let's see if he has
a
some more...
Daybreak Cornet.
That's a good place to be, too.
Oh, he has a Spider Umbra. Does he have a Ethereal Armor, too? Oh, he has a Grip Spoon. Grip Spoon. Is that only 3? 1, 2, 3.
Only 3. For now.
Well, he only has a Daybreak Cornet and a land in hand, so he's actually not dead next turn.
Here's Aegis Stirrings. Card needs to be banned. It's going to get... Oh, too good. Too good. Gets the Gemstone Mine. Card is too good.
I'd tear it up.
Just like I tore up your proxy in the currency.
Yeah, you can die in a fire.
Did that, like, greatly...
Irked.
Thank you, Skylar KK, for the follow. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you making us part of your Tuesday night. So here comes Curtis.
Let's see if we draw an enchantment. Do we get there?
He drew something.
These guys are talking about an awful lot, but not Magic.
Yes, I would like those spin downs back, please. Here comes a Daybreak Cornet.
Oh my god, I want to mute my headphones so badly.
They're just having a nice play chit chat. That's one of the best things about Magic.
Oh my god, play
Magic.
Magic.
The Gathering involved in Magic. Curtis attacking for a lot.
It's 2003. Thunder Cougar. Thunder Cougar, are you a cougar?
2015, Humans is a thing. Marta Pymenture is a thing. Jace is too good for Modern. That's 2015 in a nutshell, right?
I think I was happier in 2015.
I don't know if I was or not.
I'll just assume I was happier than the world was better.
What was I doing in 2015?
Yeah, I don't care.
Rude!
Yeah. Wink, wink, nice.
What were you doing in 2015?
Not caring.
What are you doing in 2018?
Still not caring.
How would you feel if you become my coworker?
I still wouldn't care.
What would make you care?
Stuff.
Out of molds, everybody.
The impossible. Anyways, got a tank here. Yeah, it did exist back in 2015. I actually think it predates 2015.
I think it does as well.
So he's not actually dead unless it's in Mason, Ohio.
Mark's trying to figure out his best way to get out of this situation. He thinks he's dead. He needs a way
he
to.
has 2 turns.
He needs a way to get Engineer Explosive, doesn't he?
Well, Engineered Explosives for one would be very good.
Yes.
It would knock off every single Umbra. But the Spider Umbra would activate, and it would save the creature. So he'd have a 1/1. But it would knock off the Daybreak Cornet. Perfect. We found the line.
Don't know if this
I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but
I'm pretty sure this is not the line. We're gonna see. Curtis draws a windswept heath. That will not get the job done. Mark, very happy that Curtis is only attacking for 6.
all right. Well, he's got a chance, but he doesn't have double blue to transmute. So
No, he does not.
problematic.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Why? Why would he give him basic land right here?
Oh no!
I can't. Oh my god.
Oh no! Never a good sign when.
I'm just gonna go home.
Never a good sign when your opponent says, "I'm not going to shoot you. I'm going to get good at land." Mark double checking the cards on his opponent's side of the field, seeing what he can do to deal with this, if anything.
So, for those of you wondering in chat why I'm cringing more than usual, when you pass something, you give them a land. So, Mark's deck works all off lands. So, Curtis, not being that familiar with Magic, decided to snap kill a 1/1 that wasn't doing anything. So, at very least, he was going to do that. He should have done on Mark's turn. Then the land would come into play tapped.
Mm-hmm.
But we chose not to do that.
You're at 5, right?
Ensnaring Bridge. That'd be some tech.
It would.
Alright, looks like we're still going to move on to game 3 regardless.
Mark is really in the tank. He's in the pact. The Curtis path on his turn or Mark's turn?
I'm sorry, what?
Curtis path on Mark's turn, right?
No.
No?
He pathed on his turn.
Then why is that forest tapped?
If he targets the Griff Spoon, he just puts it back on.
Mm-hmm.
So the only valid target here. Alright, well, he's going to be sorely sad here.
Mark's the line to help win the game. And
So, Griffspoon, coincidentally, it has the extra text that you can put it on your creature from the graveyard. So he's going to choose to put it on his creature that goes flying.
I'm going to assume that you do not agree with that design choice to have that be part of the...
I mean, it's interesting, but I just don't understand it. Why? Like, why? You could have made it like Rancor with a trigger that comes back to your hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
But instead you put in the graveyard. So it's uncountable from your graveyard because it just put. It's like Duravian EDH. Duravi's 3 mana put Duravi into play, which is also...
So Curtis is able to get back his Griffspoon and put it on his hexproof Glade Cover Scout. Gets game number 2 against Mark Larson, but Mark's in the play here in game 3.
All right, so what was out? So he could have upheavaled. He could have time stopped. He could have burnt the store down. What else could he have done?
Could have got a ham sandwich.
Turkey sandwich.
Was it? I thought it was a ham sandwich.
I mean, it's a ham sandwich, but...
For those who don't know, I'm referencing the infamous Osip Lebedavich commentary from the Columbus Pro Tour when Darksteel was first introduced. It was extended.
You gonna put some Osip Lebedavich on camera here? What was it? What was the comment? You could literally just sleeve up a ham sandwich.
A meteor could strike down, and he still wouldn't lose.
That's why Osip
We'll never do commentary
never
for
do
Wizards
commentary
ever again.
again.
I'm sure someone will give him a chance to do commentary.
Thankfully,
but
we're a
it
small
won't be-
local stream, and I can insult whoever I'd like.
I wouldn't say you can't. I would say you can do that. Certain people have gotten in trouble for insulting people.
What if I just insult you?
You can insult me. It's okay. I am the scapegoat and punching bag for many of people, so I'm used to it. It's okay.
Dude, I have to get up so early. I have to get up like 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
What for?
Stuff.
Well, I have to get up at 6:15 tomorrow morning, so I don't want to hear that, mister.
Is it for stuff?
It's for work. Meanwhile, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us on this Tuesday evening. This is the fourth and final round of our Tuesday Night Modern League. Check out TopDeckProductions.com for the standings of our Modern League. Also, if you like what you see and want to know when we go live, hit that follow button. If you'd like to support us, there's several ways you can do that. You can subscribe here on Twitch. Don't forget, with Amazon Prime, you get that free Twitch Prime sub each and every month. Also, Patreon.com/TopDeckProductions. Help us continue to do the 4 nights of commentary a week here for Modern and Standard, as well as streaming pre-release events, IQs, and PPTQs, and other events too, and help create original content for you, the viewers. And also that green bar in the middle, that is our Luke Browning benefit goal. Luke is a up-and-coming local Magic player. Started playing recently. Accomplishments include top 4ing, a team open Atlanta with Kyle Palmer and Justin Gebbing. Got to attend his first Invitational. We just started playing competitively somewhat recently. He unfortunately had a car accident, suffered some serious but non-life-threatening injuries, but still a recovery road ahead for Luke. So we want to help him and his family out. So any efforts toward that will help out and be greatly benefited by him and his family. They're already very appreciative of the things we're doing for him and the things the store is doing. Mistake Jones, we appreciate your gratitude. We're glad that we can entertain your Tuesday evening. You know, why just tune in Tuesday evenings? Tomorrow, myself and Justin Gebbing, we're going to test some more M19 Standard. I'm going to sleeve up some Drixus Bolus and look to see how the deck does. Some other stuff up my sleeve as well. We're going to test some brews against some defined decks. And then, of course, Thursday is Thursday Night Modern. Adam Olds and the boy wonder himself, Matthew Minier, will be commentating that. And Friday is Friday Night Modern. We're doing 5 rounds of Modern to end your week and start the weekend off right.
Hooray.
That's a really tough one. You know, there's a lot of big fellas play games.
All right, as we shuffle and tell our life stories on camera.
Are you a fan of the back and forth chit chat between players and games? Why not? I'm just talking in general.
I mean, you could do that like after the game.
But when you're playing a game of Magic,
Sarkin, I would hold any standard card until after the Pro Tour.
For what it's worth, the only reason why I traded my foil Sarkin was for a bolus. I just traded it straight up.
All right, Malta 6, right to the bottom. Mark looks like he kept 7. Oh, thank God we started playing Magic.
Mark can never stop talking, but we missed Mark, so.
All right, turn one, Bogle.
He had it all 3 times.
Ancient Stirring.
It's the card, too good for Modern. What's going to get this time?
It's got another Amulet.
It's not bad.
Really got to study all my matchups that aren't super common. It's hard to study up on.
I mean, so Curtis is talking about studying up on the Bogles matchups. You just shoot pants things and turn stuff sideways. I'm not sure what there's the.
Taylor Gunn will probably be the best person. Oh, double Amulet here from Mark. That's pretty good. Setting up a nice turn.
Yes, it does.
Curtis asking, does that do anything? And Mark's just like, yep. But yeah, Taylor Gunn is
right, I'm gonna go take a nap.
Pretty good Boggles aficionado. He's the one to ask about any Boggles questions in terms of different matchups. Yeah.
Can you help with my line? I play a Boggle.
Yes.
I have enchantments in my hand. What do I do?
You put the enchantments on the Boggle.
Oh shit.
Shut up.
Do I attack or?
I hate you.
Hate me too. Thragfire on the door best deck, clearly. So take 1, 2, 3, 4.
We got a race on our hands.
No, we don't, because it's Mark announced we have a race in our hands. Curtis, unfortunately, has 2 lands and a creature in his hand. So it's kind of off the race for Mark Lar. Mark, I'll pull around first. Comes out of the bend, he draws in a Souza.
Mark hasn't had much luck. Curtis hasn't had much luck whenever Mark's a little bit nervous. He doesn't really know that Curtis not had any follow-ups. All right, here we go. Burroughs Garrison gets 2 untap trades.
Makes 4 mana.
Mark being a good fellow and explaining exactly what's happening. He's demonstrating, hey, I got 2 triggers off this.
He has 5 manners. I guess he has 3 mana.
That's 6 mana.
And that's game. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks. It's a legit game.
Hold on, he's at what?
He announces, I think your clock is better than mine.
2, 4, 5, 6.
So he's going to float mana. He can make an Azusa land drop this turn.
Okay.
If he would like. He can also... I believe he can also pact for... Alright, if he gets the blue-green and a Tolaria West...
This should indeed be a game, yes.
2 triggers. The Suva comes in as a copy of a land. I'll have it come to copy.
Okay, I mean, that's... Yeah, sure.
So it has enters a battlefield. Whatever pilots. Yeah. Responsible bounce.
So I wonder if anybody has a ham sandwich that we could borrow.
Navigate. I get +2.
Oh, you.
Sorry. I also got that one, which gives it +2/+2.
So he's going to get double strike.
Combat.
Stacking for 10.
And double strike. And...
The problem, though, is that the double strike land is in Mark's hand.
Oh.
Because this thing is in play, if this thing's in my hand, I can't make red white mana.
Oh my god.
Also, he just can't do anything.
Can he get another Vesuva?
I don't. I think he only has
Curtis,
one.
Curtis asked me plays Team or Battle Rage. That'd be a strong no.
I bet Mark wishes he played Team of Rage in this situation.
I don't think he does.
Instead, we're gonna tribute for stuff.
Curtis reads it, announces how to win games.
It is concur. I concur.
All right, so what he's gonna do is he's gonna. Oh, he can't do it this turn. Actually, he can't. He can play Zuza.
Summoner's patch for more prime times, bro.
Oh my god.
Mark is so happy to play this deck again. He can tell it in his voice. Did he have that Zuza in hand?
He did. He drew a Zuza for the turn.
Gotcha.
So try to refresh the stream. Oxidokyo, I'm an idiot.
You know what that reminds me of?
Keswick Wolf Run, why?
I don't think there is. What would you say is the easiest deck to pilot in Modern?
Okay, I'm interested why he didn't just play an Azusa and then float mana and go get a Pact of Negation, and then he just wins. He also is just going to win from playing his lands next turn, too. Sorry, what was your question?
What do you think Paulo Diodoro says is Bogles the easiest deck to pilot in Modern? Do you think that's true?
No.
What do you think the easiest deck to pilot in Modern is?
Burn.
I disagree with that completely.
What do you think the easiest deck to pilot in Modern is?
Oh, God, I have no idea. Just like coming in cold.
Burn.
Coming in cold, it might
Burn.
be burn. Just in terms of just like, I have no idea what
Do you have a way to turn that into 8 damage, he asks. Well, he showed you the double strike, Lance.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, that's going to be it
Like,
for tonight.
I'd argue that coming in cold, burn. You just play things and turn them sideways. Boggles, you have to think of certain things.
I'm going to go home and drown in my salt bath. If anybody needs me.
Here's a little bit of a hot take. You ready for this?
Yeah.
In terms of knowing the decks, like once you know it, the easiest deck to Modern pilot, Storm.
No. No. Because you can kids game it with 3